Ever walked into a store, picked up a crystal clear soap, and thought, how do they make it so transparent? What if I told you you can create that same glossy, luxurious soap right in your kitchen, naturally and safely? Stay with me till the end of this video because I'll show you exactly how to make a DIY clear soap base from scratch. No fancy machines, no harsh chemicals, just simple ingredients and pro-level results. Hey creators, welcome back to Harb, your hub for natural beauty, organic wellness, and beginner-friendly soap making. If you're new here, hit subscribe and turn on that bell icon so you never miss our weekly DIY beauty tutorials. Now, before we start melting and mixing, let's talk about what a transparent soap base actually is. It's the foundation of almost every clear or glycerin soap you've seen. The beauty of making your own is that you control everything, from ingredients to fragrance and texture. In store-bought bases, manufacturers often add alcohol, solvents, and preservatives to get that shiny clarity. But in our version, we'll achieve the same glassy transparency using natural, skin-safe components like coconut oil, castor oil, sugar, glycerin, and lye. And trust me, it's easier than it sounds, even if you're a beginner. Here's why this tutorial is a must-watch. You'll learn the science behind soap clarity, you'll master how to balance moisture and transparency. You'll end up with a custom base you can reuse for endless DIY soap variations, from aloe vera to rose, charcoal, or turmeric soaps. So let's roll up our sleeves and start with the basics. How transparency works. When oils and lye react, they form soap and glycerin. To make the soap see-through, we introduce solvents like sugar and alcohol. These dissolve the crystalline structure of soap, allowing light to pass through. And that's what creates that beautiful glass-like effect. But don't worry, we'll be using safe kitchen-level alcohol alternatives to keep it beginner-friendly and non-toxic. Before you begin, gather your ingredients. Coconut oil, 150 grams for hardness and shine. Castor oil, 50 grams, gives that lovely lather. Vegetable glycerin, 100 grams, adds transparency and moisture. Lye, NaOH, 35 grams, reacts with oils to form soap. Distilled water, 100 milliliters, activates the lye. Sugar, 2 tablespoons, improves clarity, and ethanol or isopropyl alcohol, 20 milliliters, optional, for crystal clear finish. Safety tip: always wear gloves and goggles when working with lye. Pour lye into water, never the other way around, and work in a ventilated area. We'll start by gently heating the oils, preparing the lye solution, and combining them to create the base mixture. But hold on, I'll show you exactly how to get that perfect translucent glow in the next segment. If you're loving this so far, drop a green heart in the comments and tell me, what's your dream soap color or scent? Up next, we'll blend our oils and create the foundation of your first transparent soap. Remember that dreamy, glossy soap we talked about? Now it's time to make it happen. This is the heart of your transparent soap base, the melting and mixing stage that transforms simple oils into crystal clarity. Stay tuned and don't skip a second. This step determines whether your soap turns out cloudy or clear. And if you're new to DIY clear soap making, don't worry, I'll guide you through it like a pro. All right, let's begin. Start by adding your coconut oil and castor oil into a clean, heat-proof bowl or stainless steel pot. Place it over low heat or use the double boiler method. The bowl here is gentle, even melting, not frying. While the oils melt, prepare your lye solution. Always remember the golden rule: add lye to water, never water to lye. Stir gently until it fully dissolves and the solution clears. It will heat up, that's normal. Set it aside to cool for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now, once your oils and lye solution are roughly at the same warm temperature, around 45 to 50 degrees Celsius, it's time to combine them. Pour the lye solution slowly into the melted oils, stirring continuously with a silicone spatula or hand blender. You'll notice the texture thickening. That's called trace. It's when the chemical magic begins, turning oil and lye into real soap. At this stage, the soap will look murky. Don't panic, it will clear up as we add our solvents, sugar, glycerin, and alcohol, the secret trio behind every transparent soap base. Now, dissolve 2 tablespoons of sugar in about 20 milliliters of warm water. Once dissolved, pour it into your soap mixture slowly. Next, add vegetable glycerin. This keeps your soap hydrating, shiny, and clear. Finally, if you're using ethanol or isopropyl alcohol, add a small amount, about 20 milliliters, to further enhance the transparency. Stir everything on very low heat for 15 to 20 minutes. You'll start seeing the transformation, that beautiful glass-like clarity emerging as bubbles fade away. If your mixture looks cloudy, don't worry. Give it time. Clarity improves as it cooks gently and rests. Here's a pro tip. If the mixture thickens too much, add a spoon of warm water and stir again slowly. Never overheat or boil. Transparency comes from patience, not high heat. And here's something most beginners miss: straining. Once your soap mixture reaches that smooth, syrup-like consistency, pass it through a fine mesh strainer to remove any tiny undissolved bits. This one step alone makes your soap base look truly professional. Next, we'll move on to pouring and curing. But before that, let's talk about a few mistakes that could ruin clarity so you can avoid them easily. If this step was exciting for you, give this video a quick like. It really helps the channel grow. And in the next part, we'll pour and set our soap base perfectly to lock in that clear, glassy beauty. You've just created liquid gold, your melted, transparent soap base. Now comes the magic moment that decides how crystal clear, smooth, and long-lasting your soap will turn out, the pouring and curing stage. So don't rush this part. It's where your DIY clear soap base truly transforms from a mixture to a masterpiece. Let's make it look as flawless as those high-end luxury soaps on store shelves. All right, makers, before pouring, make sure your soap mixture has slightly cooled. You want it warm and fluid, not hot and bubbly. If it's too hot, bubbles form and cloud the soap. Too cool, and it hardens before you can pour properly. Step 1. Prepare your molds. Choose clear silicone or plastic molds. These help maintain the soap's shape and clarity. Spray them lightly with rubbing alcohol or vegetable oil. This prevents sticking and helps your soap release cleanly once cured. Step 2. Pouring with patience. Slowly pour the melted soap into your molds, close to the surface to avoid air bubbles. If you see bubbles forming on top, lightly spritz the surface with alcohol. They'll disappear instantly, leaving a smooth, glassy finish. Step 3. Let it rest. Now, resist the urge to touch or move the molds. Set them in a cool, dry space for at least 24 to 48 hours. This curing period allows the soap molecules to align and stabilize. That's what creates transparency and firmness. During this time, your soap will go through subtle changes, first cloudy, then gradually clearer as it hardens. Patience here is key. Rushing will cause dull or opaque results. Pro tip: if your environment is humid, cover the molds with a breathable cloth to avoid moisture buildup, which can make the surface sticky. Once cured, gently demold the soaps. And there it is, your first batch of DIY transparent soap base. Hold it against the light and admire that clarity. No filters, no editing, just pure handmade brilliance. Now, if you plan to store the soap base for future use, wrap each piece tightly in plastic wrap to prevent it from sweating or absorbing moisture. Label it and store it in a cool, dry area. Here's the exciting part. This clear soap base is your foundation for endless creativity. You can melt it again to add natural ingredients like aloe vera, rose petals, turmeric, or essential oils to make custom soaps that reflect your brand and personality. And if you're thinking of turning this into a small business, congratulations, you're halfway there. In upcoming parts, I'll show you how to customize your base, add colors, infuse botanicals, and design professional-level transparent soaps that sell. Give this video a thumbs up if you're proud of your creation so far. In next part, we'll move into the advanced customization phase, where you'll learn to make your transparent soap base even more stunning, fragrant, and business-ready.